Most of us probably believe that God is active and present, though sometimes we might wonder what He is doing. Yet, how often in the run of a day, in the run of your day, in the run of my day, do we think about God? The psalmist has noted in Psalm 139, "Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence?" There's this recognition that God is everywhere, that God is present. There's nowheres that we can go from the very presence of God. The psalmist knows there is no place he can go to be away from the presence of God. In one sense, there is no place where God is not. The psalmist further states that this God who is present is also a God who is mindful of him. God knows when we sit down. God knows when we stand up. He knows our thoughts from afar. So the question becomes, God being as aware of us as He is, how aware are we of God? Do we practice His presence in our day-to-day lives? In The Practice of the Presence of God by Brother Lawrence from the 17th century, readers are encouraged in practicing God's presence in the mundane of the everyday, those typical normal tasks that we do. We're encouraged to practice the presence of God by Brother Lawrence. He taught that whether one was doing normal chores, whether it be cooking or cleaning or checking the mail or whatever it might be, going for a walk or other regular duties in our day, Brother Lawrence said these could be, in fact were, opportunities to be communicating with the God who is always present. Practicing the presence of God was not something to be reserved. It is not something to be reserved for church services, for prayer times or special prayer times or other special events, but rather it is to be practiced in all of life. Begin your day intentionally recognizing a God who is present. Throughout the mundane, routine moments of your day, turn them into holy moments by remembering that God is present. The tasks that you need to get done that are maybe somewhat mindless, in those moments, take opportunity to remember God is watching me. God is present. His Spirit is with me. Interrupt your day. Maybe every 6 hours, 8 hours, middle point through your day, stop and just intentionally be mindful of God. You might want to practice incorporating that more throughout your day, every couple of hours, every hour, to stop for a moment and to remember the God who is present. Along with the teaching and the encouragement of Brother Lawrence, we also have Frank Laubach from the 20th century, who challenged himself to think of God every moment of every day. These two together encourage us, challenge us to train ourselves to think more often of God, who is present throughout each and every moment of each and every day. What would life look like for you if you were to be more mindful of God, if you were to turn your thoughts towards God as many moments as you were able in the ordinary of the day-to-day life? This is practicing the presence of God, whether it be in a menial task, in a conversation with another, in our time alone. Be mindful of God, and might He bless this endeavor.